Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a full face of first impressions to me. Some of these makeup products are new and some of them are just new to me and they've been out for a while. So if you would like to see me test out some new makeup, please keep watching. So I'm kind of in a hurry. I have about 45 minutes to get ready, so I'm going to try to speed through this like pretty fast because I know whenever I do these videos, I'm sitting here for like 2 hours. So if you haven't seen any of my videos testing out new makeup products, I always use a foundation that I already know I love because I feel like that just gives the rest of the products a fair chance. And I always do like dedicated videos for foundation first impressions, so make sure you check those out. But for today, for primer, I'm going to be trying out the new, well, it's new to me, Dr. Brandt Luminizer Primer. This is the Pores No More. So I have this one. I've used this a ton in the last like year or two. I like to use this in the summertime when my skin gets a little bit more oily. I am like really dry skin though, like dry to normal skin, but I thought it'd be cool to try out the luminizing one today. I feel like this came in a Boxy Charm too. So it is pretty thick, as you can see it's not even like sliding around. Ooh, it kind of smells like a spa. It feels like a really thick moisturizer and it's really sticky. I was expecting it to be a little bit more luminous. It's just like a tiny bit luminous, which I don't mind. So for foundation, I'm just going to skip through this part. This is the Physicians Formula The Healthy Foundation. I'm using the shade MN3. This is my new favorite. I absolutely love it. So I feel like this primer might be good for oily skin as well because it wasn't super hydrating or moisturizing. So I think if you're oily skin, you could probably get away with this too, but maybe, because like I said, I've used a lot of hydrating primers and this doesn't feel like that. This feels like something that a lot of different skin types could use. So moving on to concealer, I would normally use a under eye brightener, like a salmon color concealer, but when I do these videos, I like to just use a straight concealer so I can see what the coverage is. So I figured today I would try out the Ulta Beauty Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. This is what it looks like right here. It might be a little bit too light. This is in the shade Light Cool. I feel like I never hear anybody talk about like Ulta brand makeup. So it is a flat doe foot. Let's see. Ooh, it's kind of pink. It's like pink and yellow undertone. I have a feeling this is gonna dry fast. Should have did one eye at a time. Okay, obviously did not need that much concealer. So I'm just gonna use my Morphe E45 just to tap that in. I feel like I always get the most coverage with a brush, so I like to go in with a brush first and then over everything with a sponge. I mean, to me it looks full coverage so far. I put way more on this eye than I did on this one. And then I'm going to use my sponge. Ooh, I just like coated my entire nose in concealer. Definitely going to have to contour. It doesn't feel very thick. It's kind of like a moussey texture. But if you've tried like the It Cosmetics Bye Bye concealer, you know how that's like really thick and sticky? Like this is thick, but it's not sticky. It's like a different consistency. But blends out really nice. I like this concealer. So when I fill in my brows, I always use a powder or a pomade. Like me and brow pencils, like, it's a disaster. But since this is my only new brow product, I figured I would go ahead and try it. This is the Lancome powder pencil for brows in the shade Sable, and it just looks like they're lip liners. So you have the brow pencil on one end and then a spoolie on the other. I'm telling you, me and brow pencils do not get along. Oh, just right off the bat though, it feels pretty creamy. I think the trouble that I have with brow pencils is finding ones that aren't like super stiff. Like, so for the most part, all the brow pencils I've ever tried are just like super stiff and I feel like I'm like dragging them, but this one I kind of like, even though it's pretty dark. It's kind of like a reddish brown shade. Ooh, you definitely need to use a light hand with this. Look, I already messed up. I don't hate it, but it is really dark. It's like too dark for my blonde hair. I normally like taupey shades. You would think it was kind of like a taupey brown, but to me it's like a chocolate brown shade. Thank God I have bangs. So I like that it glides on. The shade is obviously not gonna work for me, but I like how it just kind of like glides on and like melts into the skin. So I would be interested in looking for a different shade of this for sure, but this shade is just, it's way too dark for me. I'm just gonna go in with my NYX Tinted Blonde Brow Mascara. Hopefully this will help lighten them up. So for powder, I'm going to be trying out the Too Faced Born This Way powder. This is the erythritol. Is that how you say erythritol? Is that right? Erythritol. This is the loose setting powder. I'm pretty sure erythritol. Why can't I say that? Erythritol means that it's going to leave like a glow, which I really like. So there is a little, oh, okay, cool. So there's like a cap, so that way you don't make a huge mess, but let's see. Okay, don't shake it, because it just went everywhere. Normally I would set my under eye with my e.l.f. under eye brightening powder, but I'm going to try this to set my under eyes. So I'm just going to go in and get out some of these creases. I'm going to do one eye at a time, and then I've been using this dual-ended KKW Beauty concealer brush to apply. So I'm just gonna dip that in here. It kind of looks like it has a little bit of like a yellow cast, but I feel like most Too Faced foundations, like all the foundation shades, have like a yellow undertone as well. And I like neutral undertone foundations and concealers, but so what I've been doing lately is taking this brush and kind of just placing the loose powder. And then I go back in with like a more dense powder brush and I push in the product. So far I really like doing it that way. So then I go in with this brush right here. This is the Morphe M356, and I just take a tiny bit of powder, tap it off, and then I press it in. Which I guess I could probably just skip that step of using the KKW Beauty brush and just use this one, but I feel like most loose powders, when I try to use them to set my under eye, they like darken my under eye, and I think this one just took all the brightness away. I don't know, I could be crazy. So I'm gonna shake a little bit more of this out. Wait, how do you get it out? How do you get this out without making a mess? I'm confused. See, because when I do that, it just goes everywhere. Oh my god, I'm a hot mess. So then I'm just gonna take this powder brush and just dip in there and set the rest of my face. I mean, so far I like this powder. It doesn't seem like it's like mattifying my foundation like too much, but trying to get it out of here, like I just So far we are 3 for 3. I like everything so far minus the shade of the brow pencil, but I liked the brow pencil. And the powder, I think I like this. Maybe if I used a lighter concealer and then use this, it wouldn't take away the bright under eye, but I like the powder. So for bronzer, we're going to be trying out this cargo bronzer right here. This is waterproof. It's called the Swimmables Water Resistant Bronzer. This is in the shade bronzer. I guess there's only one shade. And this is what it looks like. It does look like there's a little bit of like a sheen in it. And I'm just going to use my Morphe E3 bronzer brush. Let's see. It's kind of like a golden bronzer. It's like warmer. It's not very ashy. I like it. I'm just gonna deepen this up a bit. And then I'm gonna take a little bit of it and contour my nose. So I've been using this brush. It came in like an Ipsy. I have no idea what the brand is, but I've been liking it. It's like an angled, I think it's an eyeshadow brush, but it's angled, so it works really well to contour my nose with. And my lip. I'm just gonna take this like eyeshadow brush and just pick up a little bit of that loose powder and put it on the side of my nose just to clean up that. That is not working. How do I get this powder out? Oh my gosh. Maybe I'm supposed to like take off that packaging. I'm just gonna put this on the side just to clean this up a bit. What should we do next? Blush. So for blush, I'm going to be trying out this Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo blush. This is in the shade Sunset. It's a bright golden coral. Look how small this is. Like, it looks like it would be huge online, but it's tiny. So this is the shade right here. I'm just going to stick to like the middle and over. And I'm using my Morphe E4. Hopefully it looks good. It's really pigmented, oh my goodness. Hopefully it blends out because I look like a clown. I got some like right there. Hopefully the highlighter will cover that up. It doesn't seem like it's really blending out all that well. Hopefully I can fix it with the highlighter. Oh my gosh. For highlighter, I'm really excited about this. This is the Flower Beauty Shimmer and Strobe Highlighting Palette. I swatched this in a haul and it's gorgeous. It came with a brush, but I tossed it because I don't use like those brushes. But these shades, I think I'm going to take a mixture between this one and this one. This one's kind of pink, so I don't really want to use that. I'm going to use my Smashbox fan brush. This is so pigmented, guys. Wow. And it's like a soft metallic, like, I don't know, it just looks really like, I don't even know how to describe it, like soft on the skin. Let's see if we can fix that. I went a little crazy with the highlighter. I love this. I put on a little bit more than I would usually, but I needed to fix that blush. This is my favorite brush right here to add inner corner highlight and my nose highlight. This is the Sigma Shader Inner Corner E46. I'm just going to go in with this lighter shade, not the gold shade. Just put, oh my gosh, you guys, this highlighter is so pigmented. Flower Beauty, so far everything I've ever tried from Flower Beauty, I've loved. Just gonna go back on my blush brush. I'm not gonna add any more, but I'm just gonna sweep it across just to add a little bit more color back. And then I need to dust off this loose powder. Okay, so I'm not gonna wear any false lashes because honestly, I hate strip lashes. They drive me absolutely insane. So I figured I could just try out some mascara today instead. But for eyes, I'm going to be trying out this Crown Pro eyeshadow palette. This did come in a Boxy Charm. This is what it looks like. Looks really pretty. So I'm just going to do like a rusty color to go with my sweater, but nothing too crazy because I'm not going to wear liner or lashes. I guess I'm going to go in with this lighter shade right here as kind of like a transition shade. Not that much came out on my brush. I'm just using a big fluffy brush just to buff this into my crease. Oh, I don't know what brush this is, but I don't like it. It's really stiff. This is the Morphe R39, and I'm going to use this to let's do this pretty red shade. Let's take this shade right here, and I'm going to apply that directly into my crease, like underneath that transition shade. And so far I like this palette. I mean, it's all colors that I love. I feel like I need something darker in my crease, but let's try this shade right here. It's kind of like a dark chocolate brown, and I'm going to focus that on the outer corner. I mean, I kind of see it, but I think I'm going to apply a little bit of that chocolate brown shade on the inner corner too, and like kind of do like a halo eye. I mean, I don't know if this is a palette that I would have purchased myself. Maybe. I don't know how much it costs, but I'm glad that it came in a Boxy Charm. Let's see. Back to the brush that hurts. Just going to buff around a little bit. I feel like I need to add a color in there. Let's go in with this kind of purpley shade right here, like very, very lightly. I'm gonna dust that above like where we put that transition shade. I just feel like I need some more color up there. Now I'm going to take my MAC 242 brush and I'm going to go in with this kind of like rosy gold shade right here. I'm going to get my brush wet first. So I'm just going to take some MAC Fix Plus. Ooh, it's pretty. So now I'm just going to take the lightest shade in the palette and use that to highlight my inner corners and my brow bone. So I'm just going to take all the matte shades that we used on my lower lash line. So first I'm going to go in with this shade right here that we used for our transition shade. And then I'm going to go in with this red shade right here. And then on the outer corner, I'm going to go in with this shade right here. Now I'm just going to take a kind of like a pointed, this is clean. This is a Morphe M412. If you're wondering why I'm like Morphe, it's because I'm signed up for the monthly Morphe brush club. So like all my brushes are pretty much Morphe. I'm just going to run that along here just to blend that out. I didn't get any fallout on this eye, but I did on this one. Let's see if I can fix it. So for lashes, I'm going to be trying out I think I'm going to do both of them. I'm going to do the Essence Volume Stylist Curl and Hold 18-Hour Mascara. It's this pink tube right here. So I'm going to use this for volume. And then I'm going to use the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara with lengthening fibers for length. I'm just going to curl my lashes. My lashes are all stumpy now because I had lash extensions and they all came out and now they're just all short and stumpy. Oh, this wand is small. I thought it would be like fat. I feel like mine is dried out. Like it's old or something. Even though it's new. Not really getting much volume. Did I use the wrong one? Oh, that's because I'm using the lash fibers. Man, I messed up, guys. I meant to use the other one. Dang it. Okay, well, it's not really lengthening them either. Let's go in with this one real quick before this dries. Dang it. Oh, look at that. These are brand new and mine are like dried out. Like they're gonna have to go in the trash like right after this video. So I don't think I'm gonna be able to really give you guys like a true opinion because mine are dried out. I've heard really good things about that mascara too, man. Thank goodness they're like under $5 because if those were expensive, I would have been very angry. So I'm gonna go in with the volume one. I meant to go in with first. Okay. That actually doesn't look too bad even though it's like dried out. I can just tell by how the wand looks. I think if I had to pick, I like the pink one that says volume over the lash fiber one. I don't think I like that one. So now I'm going to go back in with the lash extension one and just go on top of that. Oh my gosh, my lashes look so clumpy. Yeah. I think what I'm going to have to do is wait for them to dry completely and then re-curl them with the lash curler because it's like they're so heavy now, they're just falling. They're not even holding a curl. So I'm just going to apply some Rimmel Lash Accelerator on my lower lash line. This is what I like to use. It doesn't transfer and it also has like a lash grower complex which I need. So I'm just going to apply this on my lower lash line. I'm just going to run a little bit of this NYX Faux Whites Seashell in my waterline. Moving on to lips because I believe that's everything, right? I'm going to be trying out this L'Oreal Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick. I've never tried these. I've tried the glosses, but not this. This is in the shade Plum Bum. I thought it'd be really pretty with this sweater. So I'm just going to line my lips with some MAC Stone. Okay, I'm excited to try this. I've heard good things about these as well. So it's the exact same applicator as the glosses. This kind of reminds me of the Maybelline Superstay Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks. pretty color. Do these dry down matte? Like, I don't even know. I'm just gonna go back in with MAC Stone just to try to like touch it up a little bit. I feel like it's running a little bit up there. I don't know what to do. I feel like I need to take a little bit of concealer and fix that. So I'm just gonna go back in with the Ulta HD concealer that we tried, and I'm just gonna use this inner corner brush and just kind of fix that. I guess I feel dry enough, so I'm gonna try to recurl them. Hopefully this helps. Yeah, that helped. And then I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more mascara. Just at the base. So I'm gonna be trying out the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray today. Let's see. Looks kind of like a good mister. Ooh. To be honest, I couldn't even feel it, so I can't tell. There, I think I just needed to hold it closer to my face. So while this is drying, let's go over everything real quick. So the first thing we have is the Pores No More Luminizing Primer from Dr. Brandt. I like this. It didn't give me too much of a like luminous glow, but I like it because a lot of my other ones give like too much, you know what I mean? So I like this, and I think that you could use this if you're oily skin. I would definitely get a sample first before you buy this, but I think it could work for different skin types. Then we tried out the Ulta Full Coverage Liquid Concealer. I like this too. I think it's pretty full coverage. I think I would like it a lot more if I used my Becca Under Eye Brightening Corrector, because I always use a corrector, but I like it by itself. Then we have the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension and the Essence Volume Stylist Curl and Hold Mascara. Mine are like, the wands are completely dried out, so I can't even really give you an opinion on these, except for it made my lashes really clumpy, but that's not fair because these are dried out, so I need to purchase new ones, which sucks, but what can you do? We tried out the Kevyn Aucoin, the Neo blush. I mean, I love the shade of it, but man, you need a light hand, and I have a heavy hand when it comes to blush, so I'm on the fence about this. I need to play with it a little bit more, but I do think it's a really pretty shade. Then we have the Flower Beauty Highlighting Palette. Love this. If you buy anything from this First Impressions tutorial, go buy this. So good. The Crown Eyeshadow Palette. This came in a Boxy Charm, but I'm sure you could probably buy it on the Crown website. This is pretty good. I don't know what the price of this is. I'm sure you could find out on Crown's website, but if this is like $10 or under, I would definitely purchase it. But if it's any more than that, pass, I guess. Then we have the Cargo Bronzer. This is the waterproof bronzer. I like it. I think it's pretty. It leaves a nice little sheen. Then we have the Too Faced Ethereal Setting Powder. I hope I'm saying that right. I like this powder actually a lot. I really like this. For brows, we use the Lancome Brow Pencil. I actually really like this. It's super creamy. Minus I didn't blend that, but whatever. Oh my god, there's just like a straight line above my brows. So I don't really like the shade because it is a little bit too dark for me, but like you barely touch your skin and it's there. So super light hand with this. I like the smoothie. It was stiff and I feel like it really blended out. So I think I might just get another shade of this and then just use this shade for like the tail of my brow. Then we used the Flower Beauty Seal the Deal Hydrating Setting Spray. This was okay. I don't really know. I mean, I never have an opinion on setting sprays because I don't feel like they really do anything anyways, but this is okay. Didn't feel very hydrating, but then we have the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Liquid Lipstick in the shade Plum Bum. This shade is gorgeous. I think it is starting to dry down. I mean, it's still a little bit sticky, but this shade is perfect for fall. Okay guys, so that's everything. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you've tried any of these products in the comments below. Please don't forget to give me a thumbs up and please subscribe on your way out if you would like to see more of me, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.